بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
ألم تر أن الله يسجد له من في السماوات ومن في الأرض والشمس والقمر والنجوم والجبال والشجر والدواب وكثير من الناس وكثير حق عليه العذاب ومن يهن الله فما له من مكرم إن الله يفعل ما يشاء.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. في آخر حديث لنا حول موضوع السحر تكلمنا عن صفات الساحر وكيف نعرف الساحر من الراقي المعالج بالقرآن، كيف نعرف أولياء الرحمن من أولياء الشيطان، فإن الساحر من أولياء الشيطان والراقي المعالج بالقرآن والأذكار والسنة والآثار هذا من أولياء الرحمن بلا شك. وبينا بعض الفروق، والآن نتكلم عن حكم تعلم السحر في الشريعة الإسلامية. هل الشريعة الإسلامية تقر تعلم السحر ولو بنية معرفة الشر ولو بنية إبطال السحر؟ هذا ما سنقف فيه على كلام العلماء. عندنا كلام الإمام مالك رحمه الله تعالى يقول رحمه الله: الساحر الذي يعمل السحر ولم يعمل ذلك له غيره هو مثل الذي قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه: ولقد علموا لمن اشتراه ما له في الآخرة من خلاق فأرى أن يقتل إذا عمل ذلك هو نفسه. انتهى كلامه رحمه الله. إذن فهمنا من كلام الإمام مالك، فتوى الإمام مالك، أن الساحر إذا عقد السحر ولا ينعقد سحره إلا بالكفر والشرك والعزائم والرقى الشركية، أنه قد تعاطى ما حرم الله وما أدى إلى شرك وكفر وما أوقع الضرر بالآخرين، فأرى يقول الإمام مالك أن يقتل إذا عمل ذلك هو نفسه. وقال ابن قدامة رحمه الله: وحد الساحر القتل، عقوبة الساحر القتل. روي ذلك عن عمر وعثمان بن عفان وابن عمر وحفصة وجندب بن عبد الله وجندب بن كعب وقيس بن سعد وعمر بن عبد العزيز، وهو قول أبي حنيفة ومالك. قال القرطبي رحمه الله، طبعا هذه فتوى ابن قدامة المقدسي الحنبلي صاحب المغني، فتوى القرطبي رحمه الله يقول: اختلف الفقهاء في حكم الساحر المسلم والذمي، فذهب مالك إلى أن المسلم إذا سحر بنفسه بكلام يكون كفرا يقتل ولا يستتاب، لأنه يكون قد كفر وارتد، ولا تقبل توبته لأنه أمر يستسر به كالزنديق والزاني، ولأن الله تعالى سمى السحر كفرا بقوله: وما يعلمان من أحد حتى يقولا إنما نحن فتنة فلا تكفر. وعزى هذا القول لأحمد بن حنبل وأبي ثور وإسحاق والشافعي وأبي حنيفة. هو قال هذا، لكن المشهور عن الشافعي كما قال مؤلف الكتاب حفظه الله أنه لا يرى قتل الساحر بمجرد السحر، وإنما يقتل قصاصا إذا قتل بسحره. يعني الإمام الشافعي يرى أن الساحر لا يقتل إلا إذا فعل سحرا أدى إلى القتل، فيقتص منه فيقتل قصاصا لأنه قتل. وإلا فجمهور العلماء يرون قتل الساحر قولا واحدا من غير استتابة. الإمام ابن المنذر صاحب الإجماع يقول: إذا أقر الرجل بأنه سحر بكلام يكون كفرا وجب قتله إن لم يتب، وكذلك لو ثبت به عليه بينة، وكذلك لو ثبتت به عليه بينة ووصفت البينة كلاما يكون كفرا. إذا قامت بينة على أنه كأن يسجل له شريط أو شهود أو على أنه يعني قال كلاما يكفر به كذلك يقتل. وإن كان الكلام الذي ذكر أنه سحر به ليس بكفر لم يجز قتله، يعني أعطى عقاقير أو أشياء ليست كفر فهذا لا يقتل به. فإن كان أحدث في المسحور جناية، إن كان أحدث يعني أدى لجناية في المسحور إنه أتلف عضوا منه أو أدى إلى موته، هذه الجناية توجب القصاص اقتص منه إن كان عمد ذلك، يعني فعل ذلك عامدا. وإن كان مما لا قصاص فيه ففيه دية ذلك. إذا كان ما يستوجب القصاص وهو القتل عليه دية ذلك. الحافظ ابن كثير صاحب تفسير القرآن العظيم، وهو من تلاميذ شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية رحمه الله، وتفسيره أي تفسير القرآن العظيم من أفضل ما ألف في التفسير، مع يعني وجود بعض المآخذ، لكنه بالجملة من أحسن التفاسير بالمأثور التي بين أيدي الناس. وقد استدل بقوله تعالى: ولو أنهم آمنوا واتقوا عن السحرة أو الذين يتعاطون السحر. استدل بهذه الآية من ذهب إلى تكفير الساحر، ولو أنهم آمنوا واتقوا، إذا هم ليسوا مؤمنين ولا أتقياء بل هم كفار، كما هو رواية عن الإمام أحمد بن حنبل وطائفة من السلف أن الساحر كافر. وقيل بل لا يكفر ولكن حده ضرب عنقه، لما رواه الشافعي وأحمد قال: أخبرنا سفيان هو ابن عيينة عن عمرو بن دينار أنه سمع بجالة بن عبد يقول: كتب عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه إلى عماله في الأمصار أن اقتلوا كل ساحر وساحرة. قال: فقتلنا 3 سواحر. وهذا يدلك على قلة السحرة في ذاك الزمان. يعني عمر رضي الله عنه يرسل إلى عماله في الأمصار: أي ساحر وجدتم اقتلوه، فما وجدوا إلا 3 فقتلوه. كيف لو الآن واحد من أئمة المسلمين نادى في الأمصار أو في بلده: اقتلوا كل ساحر، يمكن يطلع مئات وآلاف، لأنهم ملأوا السهل والواد وامتلأت الأرض بهم، لا تكاد يعني يخلو بلد من مئات السحرة عياذا بالله. وبعض البلاد فيها سحر أكثر من بلاد، كالمغرب العربي مثلا فيها سحر كثير، وعند اليهود عياذا بالله. فإذا تتفاوت من مكان إلى مكان. قال: فقتلنا 3 سواحر، أخرجه البخاري في صحيحه. وثبت عن حفصة أم المؤمنين أن جارية لها سحرتها فأمرت بها فقتلت. أم المؤمنين حفصة كان لها جارية تتعاطى السحر، صنعت سحرا لحفصة فأمرت حفصة رضي الله عنها أن تقتل فقتلت، لأنها أم المؤمنين وزوجة الرسول عليه الصلاة والسلام، فاستحقت واستوجبت القتل لأنها عاطت السحر وسحرت أم المؤمنين. قال الإمام أحمد: صح عن 3 من أصحاب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في قتل الساحر، يعني صح آثار عن 3 من الصحابة أنهم كانوا يرون قتل الساحر، ذكره الحافظ ابن كثير في تفسيره. فتوى الحافظ ابن حجر رحمه الله صاحب فتح الباري قال: وعند مالك أن حكم الساحر حكم الزنديق فلا تقبل توبته، لأن من أدمن على السحر كمن أدمن على الخمر لا يتوب منها، ولهذا مدمن الخمر حد في الإسلام القتل في 4، إن شربها فاجلدوه، فإن عاد فاجلدوه، فإن عاد فاجلدوه، فإن عاد في 4 فشربها فاقتلوه، لأنه يكون قد أدمن. ويقتل حدا إذا ثبت عليه ذلك، وبه قال أحمد، حدا يعني عقوبة. وقال الشافعي: لا يقتل إلا إن اعترف أنه قتل بسحره فيقتل به. خلاصة هذه الفتاوى المتقدمة لهؤلاء الأئمة اللي هم يعني 6 تقدم ذكر فتاواهم، الخلاصة كما قال مؤلف كتابنا الذي بين أيدينا الشيخ عبد الوحيد السلام باري حفظه الله، يقول: ويتضح مما مر أن جمهور العلماء يقولون بقتل الساحر إلا الشافعي رحمه الله، فيقول: لا يقتل إلا إذا قتل بسحره فيقتل قصاصا.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa wala. The Sheikh said that in the last talk we spoke about qualities or the description of the magician and how we can distinguish between him and the one who performs ruqyah using the book and the Sunnah and the reports from the pious predecessors, how to differentiate between the magician who is from the friends of the shaitan and the one who performs the legal ruqyah who is from the allies of Ar-Rahman. The Sheikh said that what is the ruling of learning magic according to the Islamic law? Meaning, does the Islamic law allow learning magic even if you want to do with it something that is to help someone or the likes of that, or not? The Shaykh quoted Imam Malik rahimahullah saying that the magician who performs magic and he did it by himself, not someone else has done it on his behalf, he is like the one whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in his book, and they surely knew that those who bought it, those who learned the magic or acted upon magic and abandoned the book of Allah, they have no share in the next life. So, still Imam Malik is saying, my position is that he should be killed if he did that by himself, if he performed magic by himself. Another statement, the Shaykh commented on the statement of Imam Malik, is that basically if the magician, he performed magic and the magic, as was mentioned before, cannot be established except by committing shirk and kufr, and this leads to inflicting harm on other people. So the position of Imam Malik is that this magician must be killed. Another statement that the Shaykh quoted is from Ibn Qudama the Al-Maqdisi, the well-known scholar of the Hanbali fiqh, the author of the book called Al-Mughni, he said that the punishment of the sahir, the set punishment of the magician, is killing, is to be killed. This was reported from Umar and Uthman ibn Affan and Ibn Umar and Hafsa and Jundub ibn Abdullah and Jundub ibn Ka'b and Qais ibn Sa'd and Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, and it is the position of Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik. The next statement that the Shaykh quoted is from Imam Al-Qurtubi. He said that the scholars differed regarding the ruling of the Muslim magician and the dhimmi, the one belonging to the people of the book. So Imam Malik, he is of the position that the Muslim, if he performed magic by himself with a speech or with words that are words of kufr, then he must be killed and he should not be asked to repent. And his tawbah or his repentance is not acceptable. That is, because of this matter is something that he or that one does in secret, like the zindiq. The zindiq is the one who basically close to a hypocrite. He's someone who does not truly believe in the religion. He shows something and he does something else. And it is like also the zani, in terms of the one who commits adultery, in terms of them doing their actions secretly. So the magician does things secretly too. And because Allah, he said, and because Allah called or named magic kufr, disbelief, in the statement, in his statement subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they do not teach anyone, these are the two angels, Harut and Marut, they do not teach anyone until they say, we are only for trial, we are only sent, those two angels are only sent as a test, so do not disbelieve. And Imam Al-Qurtubi said, and this is the position of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal and Abi Thawb and Ishaq and Al-Shafi'i and Imam Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah jami'an. Now, the Shaykh said that there is a footnote from the author of this book. He said that this is what Imam Qurtubi said, that this is the position of these scholars. However, what is well known or what is famous or widespread of the position of Imam al-Shafi'i is that he is not of the position that the magician should be killed just by doing magic, but rather the position of Imam al-Shafi'i is that he will be killed as a punishment if he killed through his magic. If he killed someone because of his magic, then he is killed. And this was reported from him by Ibn al-Mundhir and others. Another statement that the Shaykh quoted is the statement of the scholar Ibn al-Mundhir rahimahullah, who said, if the man testified that he performed magic through words that are kufr, then it is a must that he be killed if he did not repent. And also if it was confirmed against him with some sort of evidence, with an evidence, and the evidence, when we looked into it, we found that it describes words that are words of kufr. And if the words that were mentioned, that he used it to perform magic, was not kufr, were not words of kufr, then it is not allowed to kill him. But if he committed a crime, if this magician committed a crime against the person to whom magic is done to, if he committed against him a crime that leads to or warrants punishment, a set punishment according to the law of equal justice, al-qisas, if you kill, you get killed, then he will be punished accordingly if he did that deliberately, if he performed the magic deliberately. And if it was something, if it was a damage that he caused that does not warrant or does not lead to him being killed, but then he has to pay the compensation for that. He has to compensate for whatever damage he caused to that person to whom magic is done to. The fifth scholar that the Shaykh quoted from is Al-Hafidh ibn Kathir rahimahullah. He is the author of the tafsir that is well known. It is one of the best, the Shaykh said it's the best tafsir that was authored, although there may be some criticisms towards it, but it is the best, or one of the best books of tafsir that were authored. Ibn Kathir was a student of Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah also. Ibn Kathir, he said that those who took the position that the magician is a disbeliever, is kafir, they used as evidence the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if they believed and had taqwa, if they believed and had taqwa, after mentioning the ayah about magic, Allah said, and if they believed and had taqwa, piety, meaning that those who perform magic, they do not believe and they do not have taqwa. So the scholars who are of the position that the magician is a disbeliever, they use this ayah as it is, he said, as it is a narration from Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal and a group of the pious predecessors. And it was said, another statement or another position from the scholars is that he is not a disbeliever, but then the set punishment for him is for his head to be chopped off. That is because of the narration that Shafi'i and Ahmad narrated. They said, Sufyan ibn Uyayna narrated to us from Amr ibn Dinar that he heard Bajala ibn Abda saying that Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu wrote that kill every magician, male or female. So he said, we killed 3 magicians. And he said that this was narrated in Bukhari in his Sahih. He said also that this is also authentically established from Hafsa al-Mu'mineen, the mother of the believers, that one of her slave girls, she performed magic on her, on the mother of the believers, Hafsa. So Hafsa radiallahu anha ordered that she be killed, that female slave girl magician, that she should be killed. And Imam Ahmad alayhi rahmatullah said that it is authentically narrated from 3 of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam regarding the killing of the magician. There are 3 reports that are authentic that the magician, from the companions, from 3 companions, that the magician should be killed. The Sheikh said that this was in the time of Umar radiallahu anhu. He ordered that the magicians be killed, and they only found 3, which means that the magic and performing magic in his time was little or scarce. Otherwise, if one of the rulers of our time would order that the magicians be killed, then maybe they will find hundreds or even thousands. That is because there is no land except, or no country except that it has magicians in our time, it has sorcerers, and they are many in number. In some countries in specific, like you find that in the land of Morocco, and also the Jews, they perform a lot of magic also. Then the Shaykh quoted Al-Hafidh ibn Hajar, the author of Fath al-Bari, who said that according to Malik, the ruling of the magician is the ruling of the zindiq, this hypocrite, or the one who shows that he is Muslim and he is upon another thing. So it is not, his tawbah, his repentance is not accepted, and he should be killed as a punishment. if it is affirmed or if it is confirmed that he performed magic, that he is a magician. And also this is the position of Ahmad. And Ash-Shafi'i, alayhi rahmatullah, he said that he should not be killed except if he admitted or confessed that he killed someone because of his magic, then he should be killed because he killed that person. And the summary, the Sheikh said, the summary of this, as we are getting this from the book authored by the Sheikh Wahid bin Abdul Salam Bali, Hafidhullah, the summary of this, or the conclusion regarding the ruling of the sorcerer, is that the majority of the scholars, they say that the sorcerer should be killed, except for Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah. He says he should not be killed except if he killed someone through his magic, and in this case he would be killed according to the law of equal justice and qisas, that if you kill, you get killed.
واختلفوا في ساحر أهل الكتاب. ساحر أهل الكتاب إذا يعني صنع سحرا آذى أو ألحق ضررا بمسلم هل يقتل؟ فالإمام أبو حنيفة رحمه الله قال يقتل لعموم الأخبار، ولأن السحر جناية أوجبت قتل المسلم فأوجبت قتل الذمي كالقتل. الإمام مالك والإمام الشافعي لا يرون قتل الذمي بمجرد السحر إلا إذا أدى سحره إلى قتل مسلم. وأجابوا عن عدم قتل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم للبيد بن الأعصم اليهودي أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لم يكن ينتقم لنفسه، أو أن النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام لم يقتل لبيد بن الأعصم لئلا يسوي فتنة بين اليهود وبين حلفائهم من الأنصار. فهذا يعني خلاصة مذاهب أهل العلم في ذلك. السؤال هنا: هل يجوز حل السحر بالسحر؟ يعني إنسان أصابه سحر، وقع عليه سحر، وتأذى وتضرر بالسحر، وذهب إلى المعالجين وإلى الراقين وما استفاد، فهل يذهب إلى السحرة أو هل يلجأ إلى ساحر ليحل السحر بسحر مثله؟ هذا مسألة سنقف على كلام العلماء في ذلك. ابن قدامة رحمه الله يقول: أما من يحل السحر فإن كان بشيء من القرآن أو بشيء من الذكر والأقسام أو الكلام الذي لا بأس به فلا بأس به. الإنسان إذا كان وقع عليه سحر فأراد أن يحله بالرقى الشرعية وبالقرآن وبالأذكار وبالأقسام الشرعية وبالكلام المفهوم والكلام الطيب فلا بأس به. وأما إن كان بشيء من السحر فقد توقف أحمد بن حنبل عنه. الإمام أحمد يعني توقف في ذلك وكره ذلك. الحافظ ابن حجر رحمه الله قال: ويجاب عن قول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: النشرة من عمل الشيطان. النشرة هو حبس الرجل عن أهله، هذا معنى النشرة، مربوط إلى ما يربط الرجل ويحبس عن جماع زوجته، فهذا يسمى نشرة أو إنسان واقع عليه النشرة، بأنه إشارة إلى أصلها، فمن قصد بها خيرا كان خيرا وإلا فهو شر. قال: ولكن يحتمل أن تكون النشرة نوعين، وهذا هو الصواب، فإن النشرة نوعان. الأول النشرة الجائزة وهي حل السحر بالقرآن والأدعية والأذكار المشروعة، هذا لا خلاف بين العلماء في جوازه وفي حله. أما الثاني المختلف فيه النشرة المحرمة، وهي حل السحر بالسحر من استعانة بالشياطين وتقرب إليهم واستغاثة بهم وإرضائهم بالذبح لهم أو بالسجود لصنم أو بامتهان القرآن أو بكتابة القرآن بالنجاسة أو كتابة الطلاسم وعياذ بالله أو فعل التعاويذ الشركية والرقى كما نلاحظ، فهذه خيوط وتمائم قطعناها من بعض الأطفال والنساء حينما قرأنا عليهم وجدنا هذه الأشياء، وهذه لا شك أنها أشياء شركية، والنبي عليه الصلاة والسلام حرم ذلك وعد ذلك من الشرك، وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام: من علق تميمة فقد أشرك، من علق تميمة فلا أتم الله له، من علق ودعة فلا ودعه الله. فهذه قطعناها وأخذناها من بعض من قرأنا عليهم وجدناهم قد وضعوا هذه الأشياء. ومن تمام العلاج بالقرآن أن المعالج بالقرآن ينظر إذا كان أحد المرضى يعلق مثل هذه الأشياء، فأول ما يفعله هو أن يخلصهم من هذه الأشياء الشركية الوثنية التي في الحقيقة تحول بينهم وبين الاعتماد على الله، لأن من علق شيئا وكل إليه. فترى هؤلاء يتعلقون هذه الأشياء ويعلقون قلوبهم بها، يعلقون قلوبهم بهذه الأشياء أو بالخرز الأزرق أو بهذه الخيوط وهذه التمائم، وكلها انظروا إلى هذا كم عقدة فيه. هذه 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 عقد هنا، وهذه تميمة. حتى لو زعم صاحبها أنها محتوية على القرآن، فوجود هذه العقد المنفوث عليها هذا يدل على السحر. فالقرآن لا يعلق على المرضى، إنما يقرأ عليهم ينفث عليهم. فهذه يعني أمثلة لهذه الأمور الشركية التي هي يتعاطاها السحرة ويعطونها للمرضى. فهذه نماذج لبعض ما يتعاطاه السحرة ويصرفونه للمرضى، وكل هذه في عليها تكون مشتملة على تعازيم شركية وأسماء الجن استغاثة بهم، ومعقود عليها عقد كما نلاحظ، ومنفوث عليها بنفس السحر وأسماء الجن عياذا بالله. فحل السحر بالقرآن هذا هو السنة. وقال النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام: عالجيها بكتاب الله للمرأة اللي كانت يعني تداوي أم المؤمنين عائشة. وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام: من استطاع أن ينفع أخاه بشيء فليفعل، يعني مما شرعه الله وأباحه الله. وقال: لا بأس بالرقى، أي الرقى القرآنية الرقى الشرعية، من العين والحمى والنملة، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. فإذا النشر من عمل الشيطان إذا كانت بوسائل شركية واستخدام طرق شركية. أما حل النشر أو حل المسحور أو حل المربوط أو حل المعقود عن أهله بالقرآن وبآيات من القرآن وبالنفث عليه بآيات من القرآن وأدعية وأذكار ويعني كلام طيب، فهذا لا بأس به. ولهذا الإمام ابن القيم يقول رحمه الله: النشر حل السحر عن المسحور، وهي نوعان: أحدهما حل السحر بمثله وهو الذي من عمل الشيطان. حل السحر بمثله، تذهب إلى ساحر ليحل السحر، هذا من عمل الشيطان. وعليه يحمل قول الحسن البصري اللي هو النشر من عمل الشيطان، أو النشر من يعني الذي تقدم النشر من عمل الشيطان. وأيضا الثاني النشر بالرقية والتعوذات والدعوات المباحة، فهذا جائز. قول الحسن البصري قال: فيتقرب الناشر والمنتشر إلى الشيطان بما يحب فيبطل عمله عن المسحور، وبالغالب يعني كالمستغيث أو كالمستجير من الرمضاء بالنار، وأنه كان رجال من الإنس يعوذون برجال من الجن فزادوهم رهقا. في الغالب الذين يلجؤون إلى السحرة إنما يبتزون أموالهم ويكذبون عليهم، وقد يشعرون بالتحسن مؤقتا حتى يأخذ الساحر ما يريد من أموال، ثم يعود هذا الوجع وهذا الألم وذاك التلبس وذاك التخبط إلى ما كان عليه، وربما يكون أشد من ذلك. فإذا المسحور يفك سحره بالقرآن، ولا يجوز أن نلجأ إلى فك سحره بسحر مثله أو باللجوء إلى الكهنة العرافين والسحر. وهنا يظهر حسن التوكل على الله، وهنا يظهر حسن الصبر والصبر على البلاء من المؤمن حينما يأبى أن يذهب إلى السحرة الأشرار ويصبر على البلاء ويحتمل ابتغاء وجه الله، لأنه يعلم أن الله هو الشافي، ويعلم أنه بصبره يدخل الجنة. ونحن نعلم قصة المرأة التي كانت يعني تصرع، والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم جاءت للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقالت: يا رسول الله إني أصرع فادعو الله لي. فقال لها: إن تصبري فلك الجنة. قالت: يا رسول الله إني أتكشف فادعو الله ألا أتكشف. فدعا لها النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام. يعني هي صبرت على تخبط الشيطان، ولكنها لم تصبر على كشف سوءتها، لم تصبر أن يراها الناس وأن يرى جسدها حتى وهي في حالة صرع غير مكلفة. يعني لما تتكشف في حالة الصرع الله لا يؤاخذها، لأن هذا ليس من كسبها، وإنما هذا رغما عنها. ومع ذلك هذه المرأة الصالحة المؤمنة أطاقت البلاء وأطاقت تخبط الشيطان، ولكن لم تطق أن يظهر شيء من جسدها، لأن جسدها عورة. فقالت: يا رسول الله، كانها تقول: يا رسول الله أصبر على تخبط الشيطان وأصبر على البلاء، ولكني لا أصبر أن يرى عورتي أحد من الناس، لا أصبر أن أتكشف. ولهذا أدعو الله لي. فدعا لها النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أن لا تتكشف.
The Sheikh said that the scholars differed regarding the magician that belongs to the people of the book. If he performed magic and he harmed a Muslim, the Sheikh said that Imam Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, he said that this magician from the people of the book, he should be killed because the reports are general, and because the magic that he performed is a crime that led to killing a Muslim. So then this crime necessitates killing that person from the people of the book. Then the Sheikh said that Imam Malik and Imam Shafi'i, they are not of the same position. They are of the position that this magician of the people of the book, he would be killed, or he should be killed if he killed because of his magic. And the Sheikh said that also they answered what was used as a proof that the Prophet ﷺ did not kill Labid ibn al-Asam, the one who performed magic on him. They answered to this that basically that the Prophet ﷺ used not to take revenge for himself, and also they said that he did not kill him so that he will not cause a fitna, he will not cause a trial between him and the tribes in Medina who used to be allies with the Jews, the Ansar, who used to be allies with the Jews. The next point that the Sheikh spoke about is the case where someone has magic performed on him and then he goes to the people who perform the legal ruqya, but then he did not benefit. Can he or is he allowed to go to a magician to undo the magic with yet another magic? The Sheikh said that as for the one who gets the magic undone through some Quran or by dhikr, or by making oaths, or using speech that there is no harm in it, then there is no harm in doing that. He's quoting Ibn Qudama rahimahullah. But if the one person who had magic was done to him, if he tried to undo the magic using magic, then Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal rahimahullah, he paused regarding that. He did not make a statement. He disliked it. Then the Sheikh spoke about what is called nushra, and that is something that is used when someone is prevented from having intercourse with his wife. So basically the nushra is what you use to undo that. So what is the ruling of that? The Sheikh said that the nushra, there is a statement of the Prophet ﷺ that says that the nushra is from the act of the work of shaitan. So here the Sheikh said that this basically is in reference to its origin. So the one who intended by it something that is good, then this is good. If he intended by it something that is evil, then it is evil. But then, and he's quoting Al-Hafidh ibn Hajar alayhi rahmatullah as saying, but then it may be that nushra, this action of undoing the sihr, is of two types actually. So the author of the book here, he said, and this is what is correct, that nushra is of two types. The first one is the nushra that is allowable. And the Sheikh said that there is no difference between the scholars, that this type of nushra is allowable, and that is to undo the magic by Quran and by dua and by legal dhikr. As for the second type, then this is the nushra, undoing the magic using magic, and this is the nushra that is prohibited. And this one, they use magic to undo magic, seeking the help of the shayateen and getting closer to them, and seeking rescue from them and trying to please them. And maybe this type is what is intended by the statement of the Prophet ﷺ that an-nushra is from the work of the shaitan. How can this be allowable when Rasulullah ﷺ forbade, in more than one hadith, forbade going to the magicians and the fortune tellers, and he informed that the one who believed them, then he has disbelieved in what was revealed on Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And then the Shaykh said that, as you can see here, and he showed these things that he cut off from the necks of some people, that women and children that he was reciting to here, the people who came here asking the Shaykh to recite on them, he found that some of them are wearing these things. As you can see, this one, and there is this one too. And this shows that they went to sorcerers and magicians who did this for them. The Shaykh said even if they claim that maybe they have some Quran in this that's written inside, the Shaykh said that the fact that, as you can see here, the knots on the side, the Shaykh, he said, even if they put Quran in here, but you can see that there are knots here, and he started counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. So these knots here, it shows that there is magic that was done here, and they make these knots, they tie them up, and then they blow into them. So even if they claim there is Quran here, it's not allowed to hang Quran on your neck like that. And Rasulullah ﷺ said that the one who hangs a tamima, this is called tamima, even this one has knots in it, he said, and we don't know what's inside. This is actually like a metal type of a thing, a metal. He said, if we open it now, we will find some things in it, maybe even things that are not understood what they are. You know, it's contained in this thing. It's like a a metal thing. It resembles like the bullet. You know, the casing of a bullet. That's what it is. So Rasulullah ﷺ said, the one who hangs a tamima, this is the tamima, the one who hangs that, then on his neck, then he has committed shirk. And the Shaykh said that part of the perfection of treating people using ruqya and dhikr and Quran, part of the healing or part of the treatment that the legal raqi, the one who performs legal ruqya, should do, is that he would cut off, pull out these things from the necks and from the bodies of the people that he is treating. He should save them from these things that are basically based on polytheism and shirk. That is because the one who hangs something, then he will be left to completely rely and depend on it. So those people, they depend and rely on these things, these tama'im, amulets that they hang on their bodies. So these are examples of the polytheistic type of means that the magicians, that the sorcerers use and give to their to the sick people, and all of these must be containing words of polytheism and even names of jinn and seeking help from them, and they blow onto them. So undoing the sihr, undoing magic by the Quran, this is the Sunnah. This is the Sunnah. As Rasulullah ﷺ said to the one who was treating Aisha radiallahu anha, he said to her, treat her by or with the book of Allah. Also Rasulullah ﷺ said, the one who is able amongst you to help his brother, then let him help his brother. The Shaykh said, this is if it was done through legal means. Also Rasulullah ﷺ said there is no harm in using ruqa, and he mentioned different types of sicknesses like the evil eye, like if you get bitten by a poisonous insect or a snake, or the sickness called namla, that there is no harm in using ruqya to treat those. That is the legal ruqya. He means by that the legal ruqya. But then undoing magic, using magic, then this is prohibited. And this is prohibited. And then the Shaykh mentioned a statement from Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, in which he said that basically an-nushra, the word nushra means to undo the magic from the one whom magic is done to. And it is of two types. The first type is to undo the magic with a magic like it, and this is the work of the shaitan, and this is how we should understand the statement of Al-Hasan Al-Basri. So the one performing nushra and the one who's getting nushra, both of them, they seek nearness to the shaitan with what he loves, So the action is invalidated from the one who has magic done to him. The magic will be invalidated, but they will do things that the shaitan loves. So this is the prohibited type. As for the second type, then it is nushra, undoing magic by ruqya and ta'awudat and da'awat that is mubaha. So this is allowed. He said that to undo the magic by ruqya, words of dhikr and remembrance, and seeking refuge with Allah and allowable dua, then this is allowable to use. And the Sheikh said that basically that those who go to the sorcerers and the magicians to undo the magic, he said they resemble the one who's running away from the hot sand to the fire. You know, like if the floor or the earth that you walk on was too hot and someone is running away from it, but running and jumping into fire. This is what they are doing, those who go to magicians. They have a sickness, they are treating it with a more severe of a sickness. And he mentioned the ayah from the Quran which says what means that there used to be men from the humans, they turn to for help, or they seek help or protection from jinn, and they increase them in hardship, or increase them in problems and in trouble. The Sheikh also said that the one who had magic was done to him and goes to the magicians and the sorcerers, they might feel some sort of a relief, but then that would be a temporary type of a relief. Then the pain goes back as it used to be, or even worse. They have problems later on. The Sheikh said that in this case, this is what shows the true reliance upon Allah Azza wa Jalla, and the true patience in times of calamity and trial. So if you are tested with something like this, you should not be going to the magicians. You need to be patient, and this shows that you are truly relying upon Allah and you are patient for the sake of Allah. When you do that for the sake of Allah, and knowing that by you being patient, your reward will be paradise. And then the Sheikh mentioned the story that's reported in the Sunnah, the authentic Sunnah, that the woman who used to have epilepsy because of the touch of the jinn, and she came to the Prophet ﷺ and told him that, and she said, I am having this epilepsy, so make dua for me. So Rasulullah ﷺ said to her, if you want, you can be patient and your reward will be paradise. But she said, when she gets the epilepsy, I get uncovered. So make dua for me that to Allah Azza wa Jalla, that I should not be in that situation, that I should not be uncovered. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he made dua for her so that she will not be naked. The Sheikh said, look at this woman. She was willing to bear the hardship and the trial and the calamity of being touched by the Satan and leading to an epilepsy. She would bear that, but then she could not bear her body parts being uncovered and her shame being uncovered, although she is excused. If that happened while she's epileptic, she is excused, but then she did not want to be in that situation, and she wants to be completely covered and she asked Rasulullah ﷺ to make dua for her, that if she gets the epilepsy, that her body parts will not show. And this shows that she was a woman who really a chaste woman, and she was willing to be patient for the sickness, but not for her body parts to be uncovered.
نعم.
The brother asked, how do you do what do you do to these things? Do you destroy them?
يعني هو إذا كان مكتوبين فيهم كتابة ممكن ينقعهم بماء وملح حتى يذوب، ثم يرش هذا الماء بعيد بعيد عن بيته ويفرقها، وبعد ذلك يدفن. هذا الآن السحر قائم، فلابد من إخراج هذا المكتوب فيه وطمسه بماء وملح، ممكن يقرأ عليه ثم يفرق ولا يجعل، أو يقطع يغير معالمه ويفرقه ويدفن بعيدا. أما حرقه فيمكن أن الإنسان يؤذى بحرقه إذا خرج البخار طاير بخاره ودخانه عليه أو على أهله قد يؤذى. لهذا أحسن شيء أن يقطع ويفرق وينقع بماء وملح ثم يفرق ويدفن بعيدا.
The brother asked, what do we do with these amulets? How do we dispose of them? The Sheikh said that
العقد لابد من حلها. العقد لابد من حلها وقصها بالمقص، لكن ممكن أن تفك برأس الإبرة وتغير معالمها حتى تذهب هذه العقد، لأن هذه العقد معناها فيها سحر، وممكن أن ينفث عليها بالإخلاص والمعوذتين، بل نقذف بالحق على الباطل فيدمغه فإذا هو زاد.
The Sheikh said that these, they have writings in them, so they should be immersed in water and salt, and this writing or these papers should be immersed in that water, and then after that it should be spread apart, then it should be tossed somewhere. So these, they have magic in them, so this has to be taken out, and it has to be basically immersed, as he said, in water and salt. Should be separated.
بهذه المناسبة أذكر قصة امرأة جاء رجل كانت في سيارتها وطلب منها مساعدة مالية، فكأنها ما أعطته فألقى عليها حجاب، وكان يريد أن يعطيها هذا الحجاب بمقابل، فما أعطته فألقى عليها حجاب، وهي لم تأخذ يعني بذلك بالا، لكنها ظلت تفكر إيش هذا الموجود في هذا الحجاب، فذهبت وفتحته، ولما فتحته صارت تشعر بآلام في كفيها، صارت تشعر بمقادح بالنار لأنها تحرق يديها. يعني كان هذا حجاب من السحر تميما، ولما فتحته أصيبت فصار الجن يضربونها بمقادح من النار، فجاءتني تشتكي من كفيها، فقرأت عليها وقرأت لها على الزيت وقرأت عليها وقيتها، فبعد يعني حوالي خلال أسبوع الحمد لله شفيت تماما. فهذا يدل على أن الإنسان لا يسارع في فتح أي حجاب ربما يكون فيه ضرر له، إنما يحاول أن يتلفه ويفرقه ويدفن بعيدا ويلقيه بعيدا. ولهذا النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام يعني لما أخرج سحره دفنه، وقيل أنه حرقه حتى لا يثور شرا على المسلمين. أريد المحارق وكل المدفنة.
So the Sheikh said he could also, other than immersing it and spread in the water and salt, he could cut it also, cut these papers that are there. And maybe burning is possible also, but then maybe you might be harmed by burning it. And the best thing is for it to be cut up and separated into different pieces, and then it would be immersed in water and salt, and then it would be spread in different portions, and then it will be thrown away. And those knots that you see that they have, also they need to be undone or untied, or they can be cut up by using a pair of scissors, but then maybe you can undo these knots using a needle to untie these knots. Also, you can recite Surah Qul Huwallahu Ahad and Qul A'udhu Birabbil Falaq and Qul A'udhu Birabbin Nas, and blow on them as in the Quran, that we use the truth and we drop it or throw it on the falsehood, and the falsehood will be invalidated. The Sheikh said, since this was mentioned, I will mention a story that happened, and that is a woman, she was in her car, and a man came, and that is in Jordan. A man came and asked her for money, asked for financial help, but she did not give him anything. So he threw on her hijab, or one of these things, something like this, amulet, he threw it on her, and she didn't care about it. But then she was thinking, what is in this? What is in this, thing that he threw on her? So she opened it up. She opened it up, and she felt a feeling of burning in her hands, in her palms. So she came complaining to the Sheikh. She was complaining that she's feeling that she's being burned into her hands. And the Sheikh said he recited the ruqya on her, and he put the words, he blew the ruqya words into the water and to the oil, and he gave it to her, and then within 1 week she got healed. So the Sheikh used this story. He said this shows that one of us should not rush into opening any of these amulets, hijab or whatever. That is because you don't know what's in it, and you might be harmed by it. So rather than doing that, you should split it up, and you should throw it far away. This is why Rasulullah ﷺ, when the magic that was done on him was extracted from the well, it was invalidated. Then Rasulullah ﷺ, it was reported that he buried it, and it was mentioned also that he burned it, ﷺ, so that the evil of it will not be harming, or will not be spread to the Muslims.